Hey, my kinetic athletes, Morrill Scott here to talk to you today about your at-home workout. Today's workout, all body weight movements, no equipment necessary. So let's jump right into it. The warm-up today meant to raise our body temperature, get our heart rate up, and prep us for the running and the ab work that we're going to be doing later. So let's get started. 3 rounds, increasing speed each round. Your first movement, a 200-meter run. You can map that out with your phone. That's going to end up being somewhere around 1/8 of a mile if your phone doesn't track meters. After your 200-meter run, you're going to come in and do 25 high knees. So staying stationary, trying to bring my knees up to my chest as I'm pumping my legs. I want to try and pump my arms as well to help with the fluidity of that movement. After that, 25 butt kickers. So still standing, stationary. My heels are going to be tapping my butt again as I'm marching my arms forward as well. Lastly, a 20-second hollow hold. We've done these before in class. On the small of my back, I want to have my hands and feet outstretched and hold for 20 seconds. If that's something that's too difficult, I can scale that by bringing my hands in, or by bringing my feet in, or by bringing my hands and feet in. Then you'll repeat for 2 more rounds. Okay, moving on to the workout now. Again, all body weight. This is a workout that should ideally take us between 25 and 30 minutes. And here's how the flow is going to work. You're going to have a buy-in and a buy-out of a 1-mile run. Sandwiched in the middle of that is going to be 2 Tabatas. And what a Tabata is 8 rounds of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. I'll put in the link down below what app I'd use in order to do those different clock features. Okay, so let's talk about the movements in the workout. You're beginning with a mile run. This first mile, I want you to be a little more aggressive, okay? If you don't necessarily know where a mile's at, but you kind of had mapped out where your 200-meter mark, or maybe you've done a 400-meter before, just add that up. A mile is around 1,600 meters. So add that up if you have it. If not, just use an app on your phone. Okay. If that takes you more than 10 minutes, what I want you to do is reduce that distance. And if, let's say, we have any knee or ankle issues that are preventing us from running, we can scale to a walk, but again, scale that distance back so we're finishing in around 10 minutes. Our first Tabata is going to have 2 movements. The first one is going to be the ab mat sit-up. So if you don't have an ab mat at home, that's okay. We can just use nothing. It's fine just for a workout. If you do have an ab mat, I want you to put the fat part of the ab mat towards the base of your back. From there, I want you to sit in a butterfly position. Reach back so your shoulders are hitting the ground, and you can use your arms to help swing you up to touch your feet at the top. The next movement in that Tabata is going to be the 0 count burpee. So it's a burpee without a push-up. Your chest and hips do not hit the ground. And if we do need to scale that, just step up and step down. So that flow, again, it's 8 total rounds, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So you're going to alternate. You're going to start with the ab mat sit-up, then you're going to move on to the 0 count burpee. You're going to do that 4 times before you move into the next Tabata. All right, now time for that second Tabata. It's going to be slow mountain climbers. So from a high plank position, what I'm going to be doing is slowly bringing my knees up and across my body, 1 knee at a time. Okay, so we want to keep that hollow body position like we were doing in the warm-up. Our core is staying tight that entire time that we're doing those slow mountain climbers. You're going to alternate legs as well. The next movement in that Tabata is going to be a full depth burpee. So this time our chest and hips are hitting the ground. Now, one thing that is pretty common as we're doing a lot of burpees in succession is some people will have lower back issues, and that's from arching your back as you're coming up in the burpee. My suggestion to you would be to do a more strict push-up in order to prevent that. If we do not have the upper body strength yet for that full push-up, we can either come to our knees to do it, or we can step up and step down to help prevent us from arching our back during each of those burpees. Then we'll cap it off with the last mile run. At this point, it's the last thing you have to do. You should kind of have pacing from what you did in that first mile. Let's try and match that. There might be some drop off, but it shouldn't be drastic. I didn't want you to run a 5-minute mile in the first minute and then a 15-minute mile in the second, right? Shouldn't take you longer than 10 minutes to run the mile. If so, we will scale back the total amount of distance, okay? And that's the full workout for today. So as always, just let me know how you did. If you have questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Anything else you need to ask, any questions you have directly for me, you can email me at Morrill, that's MORRIL, @kineticcorporatewellness.com.